Hiya Hansa, have a good race yourself, mate. Good evening guys, and welcome to another stream of ISRL Gr4 Season 10 Round 6 at Red Bull Ring tonight. I'm just getting a bit of practicing before I change over to stop check. Seeing who's on the grid. Not sure if Hippie's joining us tonight. I am you. Foxy won't be with us due to real life things. And I don't believe there's any alien subbers in for tonight either. Just have a look at everybody. Getting a little bit of a warm up. As I say, we'll be going to stop checking about 2 minutes. Or I could do with the naps. Yeah. Change to in fact, quite jealous that you're having a nap. So Hat's practicing his starts. So we got Hat in his pancake, Matty Cake in his Lancia, Kebab in his Viper, Iceberg in his Vet, Gad in the Vet, Mr. C's in his Porsche, Mew there in his Merc, Nick in the Vet, Hansa in the Viper, Iceberg in the Vet, Paulie in his Hyundai, and I believe Screechy's in his Vet as well. Yeah, he's old Screechy. Alright, Skip, how's it going? Hopefully the internet will survive tonight. That was a very frustrating thing last Friday. Screech just checking out the wall barrier penalties. So now we'll change over to stop check. What did I say, Screech? Yeah, I'm fine. Dealing with those little terrors all day. Yes, the Screech is in the Viper. Ah, sorry Screech, you're in the Viper. I do like Paulie's livery though. The Cadbury's cream eggs. Flying down towards Remus Red Bull Castellet. Hands are now checking out the barriers. Tabay! Gad close on his tail. Paulie, Iceberg. It's looking like Hippie won't be with us again tonight. Iceberg got some nice hair there. Miles left the room again. Not sure what's going on there. Sweet's getting some warmth into those soft tyres. Excuse me, as he prepares to launch. And Ben's back in the room again. Just wait for Matty Cake to come back. And then we'll get the stock check race on the way. Tables in the stock check are pretty close. We have Hippie, Male and Nick all on 52 points. Gad in 4th on 49. Matty Cake in 5th on 45. A 6-point gap. So it's still all to play for really, with 3 rounds to go. But Hippie may be letting it slip by not being there. So, ready up. I do find that quite scary. Hansa isn't actually shown as, but we can see him there on the grid going reverse. Perhaps that was why. The stock check is 1 lap. I know he's getting a sly dog at the moment. Where is he on the grid? Oh, he's in the middle of the pack. Let's have a watch, see what Mew gets up to. Timmy is in prime punting position at the front of the grid. And away we go. High on dice, they're all trying. Look at Mew trying to make his way around. He's got the tight line. And Mew's been absolutely done spinnies. So Gad's leaning out with Timmy close behind. Hat in 3rd, Paulie in 4th, Ben in 5th, Matty Cake in 6th. Hat gives Gad a bit of a punt. And Nick, Hans has been annihilated. So Paulie now in the lead with Hat in 2nd, Gad dropped down in 3rd, Timmy in 4th, Matty Cake in 5th, Ben in 6th, Nick in 7th, Mew in 8th, Screechy in 9th, Mr. C in 10th, Iceberg in 11th, and Hansa in 12th. All that looked like there was absolute murder there. We need to have a look at this. We'll watch it from Hat's position. Paulie. Oh, Hat tries to go around him, but Gad and Matty Cake just fly straight off. So Paulie fighting with Timmy. Oh, Timmy's pushing. He's pushing really hard. But he's absolutely killed him. Oh, and Paulie having major spinnies. Which put Ben into 2nd. Screechy in 2nd, I apologise. Gad in 3rd. Timmy's managed to go before. Crane going nice and wide in 5th. As we come up to the line, Ben takes the win. Screech in 2nd. Gad in 3rd. Timmy in 4th. Crane in 5th. Nick in 6th. Hat in 7th. Iceberg in 8th. Matty Cake in 9th. Paulie in 10th. Mew in 11th. And Hansa in 12th. And there we go. There is our result. So Ben with his 2nd stock check victory there. Quick look at that result. Screechy there in 2nd place, getting there. Mew's only after Hansa. I can understand it, and Hansa did suffer badly. So now we'll change over to qualifying. I believe 5 minutes should be enough for tonight. So we'll have qualifying in a minute. So we look at them. They'll have enough time to get it out lap in. Get to see what. So Nick's on his super softs. So is Ben. So is Matty Cake. Hunter. Hat. Tommy. Screech coming out in his super soft. So is Mew. And so is Gad. Now Mr. C has told me that he may not set a lap in qualifying because he's newly moved over onto the wheel. Hunter is quite apt in his Dead Bull livery for the run round Red Bull. Gives us a flash of the lights. Just make sure all 12 are on track. Screech is doing donuts. And look how he's killing them super softs. Those super softs are dead already. Yeah, here we go. Do find it very strange that hands are just not showing up. And as we wait for qualifying to load up, just let everybody know that our Gr4 race tonight is 17 laps, 16:15 time. Tyres are racing super soft, racing softs. Fuels at times 4, fuels at times 8. Starting fuel is 70%. And Iceberg's first out of the pit, followed by Hat, Hansa, Gad. He's on track, but it's just... Evening, Nick. Have a good race, mate. Because as we can clearly see, he's just not showing us a numbered racer on the grid. And there we have Gad there, Paulie, Matty Cake, Mr. C, Ben, Nick, Screechy, and Tabard just coming out of the pits now, and Mew having his usual fag break during qualifying. So we have a Vet, Pancake, Viper, a Vet, a Genesis, a Lancer, a Porsche, a Vet, another Vet, Viper, Mercedes. So here we have Iceberg coming up to start his first flying lap, heading up towards Castrol Edge. Nicely through there. Hat also a little bit wide. Hands are nice and tight. Gad safely through, and Paulie. And there's possibly, I think, one of the hardest corners on the course there. Head down towards the corner with a lovely big runoff. So Iceberg is on his soft tyres, Hat there on his racing softs, so his hands are. Now it should be interesting but slightly annoying with the latest update to GT Sport. Pit stops seem to take it a lifetime to get through. So we have Iceberg coming up to the last two corners. Shutting a bit of the curb in through that's Red Bull Mobile and up to the line. 137. Hat across with a 135. Hands are there with a 136. Gad with a 136. Paulie with a 137. And he comes Matty Cake up to the line with a 136. Ben looking like he can be a 135. 136.015. Nick across with a 137. And there's Screechy to the final corner and up to the line. By 137. Graydon with a 158. And here comes Timmy with 135.342, best on the track. So good at the moment. We have Timmy with 135.342. Hat got his one lap in and straight in the pit. So did Ben, so did Matty Cake, so did Hansa, so did Gad, so did Nick. But Iceberg, he carried on round, looking to see if he can improve on his lap time. Don't think he's got enough time to get to the line to get a third lap in. Through the penultimate corner and up to the last one now. Got pushed out a bit wide by the curb there, and he's coming up to the line with the 136.334. Moved him up to 5th on the grid. So now Paul is at. So then we got Screechy here, 10th place at the moment. Smoothly through the first, and then Red Bull Mobile corner and up to the line. Has he managed to improve? He has to 136, got him 8th on the grid. Craydon there with a 139. So that's everyone, so our grid's looking like Tabby is on pole. And for this season he could be setting history, because he still won't say he's a full-time racer, and he may run away with it. Did not too bad, Mr. C. I don't think I could have got that kind of time. I think that's respectable, 139. You have a good race, mate, and I hope you enjoy it. That's interesting. So the vet can get the maximum 4, maybe 5 laps without any fuel saving. Everyone else is just cruising round. Just wait for the timer to run out. It's all you can do, mate. It's all you can do. So Timmy in pole position. Quick reminder: 17 laps, tyre wears and times 4, fuels and times 8, starting fuel 70%. Tyres are super softs and softs for tonight. And here we go. Waiting for the lights. Maybe we're not going to see the lights. We've just got to guess. And away they go. Ha! And Male both had the jump on Timmy! It's the one thing about the Viper, it seems a bit slow. And Male going for the long way around has done it. So Male is up into first. Hat in second. Iceberg in third. Matty Cake in fourth. Timmy down in fifth. Hansa in sixth. Nick in seventh. Paulie in eighth. Gad in ninth. Screechy in 10th. Craden in 11th. With Mew in 12th place. Now Iceberg looking to make his move on Matty Cake by the look of it, because Ben seems to be just pulling away. Matty Cake going for the defensive line. Iceberg can do, he's got to go the long way. Iceberg's got to be careful. Oh, a little bit of contact between Timmy and Iceberg and Male. No, Iceberg, I apologise. It's heading into what I'm going to call the complex, because I can't be asked to remember the names of the club. Benny's just flying away. Hat in second. Matty Cake in third. Timmy is in fifth place behind Iceberg. Hands are there in sixth. Nick there in seventh. Screechy in eighth. Paulie in ninth. Gad in 10th. And then we have our two champions in Mew and Craden in 11th and 12th. So as we come to finish lap 1, Ben's clearly in the lead. Hat with Matty Cake firmly in his slipstream. Head up to Kestrel Edge. Safely around they go. And Iceberg under massive pressure from Timmy. And unfortunately Iceberg managed to pick up a penalty. So that's going to allow Timmy to come past. Will it be enough for Hans to get past as well? I think this corner deserves to be Remus. Hat very wide there. Has that allowed Matty Cake to come through? Possibly there could have been a little bit of contact there, and that's why he hasn't. Timmy is now into 4th place. Hands are in 5th. Iceberg after that penalty in 6th place. Nick in 7th. With Screechy bearing down on him. So Screech and Nick both on the super softs. Late turning by Nick there. As I go through the Paulie there in 9th, Gad in 10th. Crane in 11th and Mew there in 12th place. But Mal just storming away, and Matty Cake has finally made the move on Hat. As they come down to the last 2 corners. Matty Cake leading the train of cars as they come into the Red Bull Mobile corner. And Hat now has got a Timmy climbing all over his bumper, having a good route around in that prison pocket of his. But Hansa and Iceberg firmly keeping up with them. But Hat there and Hansa and Iceberg side by side. Head up towards Remus. Iceberg with the inside line. Hands are not giving up the spot, but Iceberg's good driving there. And there's Screechy there in 7th place. So Screechy's managed to get past Nick. And Nick's there with little space to Paulie. And then Gad behind there. Ooh, and again going through that corner. Iceberg's vet having a bit of pressure from a Viper. And Hansa takes the inside as they go into the complex. Side by side they go. Screechy having a brilliant race there in 7th place. Craden going along nicely in 11th. Keeping a reasonable distance between him and Mew. Gad then 10th. So we look at Male as we come to start lap 4. the Red Bull Mobile, with Matty Cake in second, Hat in third, and Timmy having a good inspection of Hat's rear end. Hansa. And Iceberg's dropped back and he's into the clutches of Screechy now. Can Screechy find some way around Iceberg now to move up into 6th place? Screech has got nice Nick closing in, and I don't think Paul is too far behind. Screech got to keep it. Timmy making the move on Hat. And I think Hat's just going, off you go, Timmy. Iceberg a bit slow going there. If he gets another lap where he gets some contact with the Viper going through what I call the complex. But in fact, Iceberg's trying to make the move on Hansa. He's led himself vulnerable, and Screechy's making the move. Side by side they go as they enter the complex. But Iceberg got that inside line. Will Screechy try and do the cut back on him? And in fact, Gad's starting to close up on Paulie. So we got Mal 2.3 seconds in the clear from Matty Cake in second. He's got 1.6 seconds over on Timmy. And Iceberg's unfortunately picked up another penalty. Hat there in 4th place. Hansa in 5th. Screechy now up into 6th with Nick into 7th. And Iceberg's into the pits. So we have Nick will be in 7th place. Paulie in 8th. Gad up to 9th. Mr. C's into the pits. Mew's carrying on around. So Mal 2.5 seconds in the clear with Matty Cake in second. He's already got Timmy starting to bear down on him because Timmy's put a bit of a gap between him and Hat. And now Hansa. Massive pressure from Screech as they head up to Remus. Paulie unfortunately picked up a penalty. Bit tighter from Screech there. Got through that corner nicely. That penalty's allowed. So we have Nick in 7th, Paulie in 8th, Gad in 9th, and Mew now up into 10th with the other two still in the pits. Let's get back to Screechy and Hansa. Heading towards the complex. Hansa's managed to get a bit of breathing space. And now Nick coming under massive pressure from Paulie. Screech now closing up onto Hansa again. Paulie looking to try and make the move on Nick. Come up to the last two corners. Paulie with that inside line. Nice move by Paulie there. So Paulie up into 7th place and then drops into the pits. Matty Cake's also in the pits and Hansa. So we now have Ben leading it out. 2.6 seconds over Timmy in 2nd place with Hat in 3rd. And Screechy up into 4th place. Nick now in 5th. Gad in 6th. Mew now up into 7th place because of the pit stops. And then we have Iceberg a long way behind with Craden there in 12th place. Timmy is already starting to close up on Ben. And if you look at the tyres, Ben's on the softs, Timmy is on the super softs. With Hat there in 3rd place and Screechy in 4th. But looking at the fuel, Screechy's got to come in this time. Let's hope he has enough fuel to get round the complex and into the pit box. Nick there in 5th place, coming closer. Being closed up by Gad in 6th place. Both of them on fumes. Mew there in 7th, still with a fair bit of fuel. Matty Cake's managed to come out in front of Iceberg. Timmy has cut that lead down to just under 2 seconds now. Both of them carry on and out. Screechy is into the pits. A little bit wide by Timmy there. Screechy timed that to perfection. We've come to start lap 7. Mail must be doing some fuel saving. Oh, a bit wide there. That could possibly be a penalty. Hat there in 3rd place. Gad into the pits. Screechy's in the pits. Screechy finally gets into the pits. Matty Cake coming to take across the line and come back up into 4th place. Sorry, Mew's still going in 4th, so Matty Cake will come up into 5th place. Iceberg and Hansa, both of these have pitted. Hansa's loaded up for the rest of the rag. So apart from our first 4 racers, everyone else has pitted. With Mal, who now has got Timmy bearing down on him with some gusto. With Hat in 3rd, Mew in the heady heights of 4th place, cruising along. Matty Cake in 5th, Iceberg in 6th, Hansa in 7th. Screechy's come back out in 8th place, Paulie in 9th, Gad in 10th, Nick in 11th. So Nick's really lost out on those pit stops. Craden in 12th. And according to that graphic, it's all very confusing. I would imagine Mew's going to be coming into the pits. He will definitely be into the pits. I believe Mew's run out a bit of the green, the black gold. The Hat's in the pits. Changed the tyres. Refueling up now. So Matty Cake coming to take the finishing line. Possibly take the lead. And he's going to come out. And he's going to have these right behind him. Oh, Miles managed to pick up a penalty coming out of the pits. That's unfortunate. So Matty Cake leading it out. Ben in 2nd. Timmy in 3rd. Hat in 4th. Iceberg in 5th. Hansa in 6th. Screechy in 7th. Paulie in 8th. Gad there in 9th. Nick in 10th. Crane going along nicely in 11th place. Not too shabbily. And there's Mew in 12th. After his heady heights of 4th place. So Matty Cake leading it out. Ben. Timmy, the terror. And in fact, Hat's coming under some pressure from Iceberg. Both of them on the super softs. But Hat with a full tank of fuel, and Iceberg with a half a tank. I'd imagine Iceberg may have to do another pit stop, because he did, and he's looking to make the move. Side by side, they go into the penultimate corner. Hat not fighting, he's letting him just come straight past. So Matty Cake starting lap 9 in the lead. Mail in 2nd. Timmy in 3rd. Up to Castrol Edge corner. In fact, Hat's not letting Iceberg get away. They're just not fighting him to get past. And in fact, Hansa is starting to close up. Screech is just settling in for the race. He's got a 5-second gap over him and Paulie. And Nick and Gad in formation Corvette. Heading up towards Remus. Matty Cake still leading it out and holding on to that 2.7 second lead of Ben in 2nd place, Timmy in 3rd, Iceberg in 4th, Hat in 5th. Now Hat's coming under pressure from Hansa. Let's see what happens here as they enter the complex. Much tighter line by the Viper there. As they exit the complex, hands are still. His hands are going to try and do the iceberg. The iceberg managed to pick up a penalty and he's going to drop straight into the laps of these two. Through the Red Bull mobile corner. A little bit of tyre squeal. Onto the start-finish straight. Nothing separating these three. Ben still with the fastest lap of 1:35.642. Screechy there in 7th place. Paulie in 8th. And Nick's managed to get some space between him and Gad, who's in 10th place. Creighton's still going along nicely in 11th. Mew in 12th. Matty Kate now with just a 2-second lead, so Benny's closing up. And in fact, I could only assume that Tammy must have picked up a penalty somewhere because he's dropped back and he's coming under the clutches of Iceberg. The Iceberg's recovered after that penalty and now is closed right up on Tammy. And head into the complex. Matty Cake going along nicely, but I don't think he's got enough fuel to get to the end. Ben there in 2nd. Tammy in 3rd. Iceberg in 4th. Hat in 5th. Hansa in 6th. Hello Jenny, how you doing mate? Hansa, he's dogging Hat there. Screechy, Lonely racing 7th. But Paulie, he's starting to close a bit, and Hansa's made the move on Hat. Hat's going to have nightmares about that corner. Everyone seems to try and take him on that corner. A little bit wide by Hansa, and Iceberg's back into the pits. And Screechy. Crossing the line, stop 11 of 17. And we look Matty Cake. His leads but jumped back out to 2.7 seconds. And Timmy is starting to close back up on Ben for 2nd place, with Timmy in 3rd. Hansa there in 4th. Hansa there in 5th. Paulie now in 6th place. Nick up into 7th. Gad in 8th. Creighton coming there in 9th place. Mew in 10th. I think Mew will probably be in 11th because I can see Iceberg coming out of the pits. No, in fact, Screechy's come out in 10th and Iceberg's come out in 12th. Matty Cake 3.4 seconds now over Ben. He's got a second now gap between him and Timmy. And it looks like Hans has got his legs in now, and he's growing along. He's not allowing Timmy to pull too far away, and Hat just being pulled along. Paulie there in 7th place, Nick in 8th, 7th. Paulie in 6th place, I apologise. Gad there in 8th. And Matty Cakes is into the pits. So Ben's now into the lead, with Timmy closing in rapidly as we start lap 12 of 17. We could be seeing a battle for first coming up very soon. But Hansa and Hat aren't out of this yet. So Paulie now into 5th place, Nick into 6th, Gad into 7th, Matty Cake in the pits, Creighton now into the pits, so Screech's going to go into 8th place, Mew into 9th, and Iceberg after his second pit stop in 11th place. Ben going into the complex. Still just keeping Timmy out of his slipstream. And Hansa, he's starting to close up on Timmy. Because Timmy's there on the soft tyres, and Hansa and Hat and Mail are all on the super softs. poorly, having a brilliant race, but he's going to have to come into the pits now in 5th. Nick there in 6th place, managed to get 2-second gap between him and Gad. Matty Cake in 8th, Screechy in 9th, Mew in 10th, Iceberg there in 11th, Craden now in 12th place. But today has closed up on Mail now as to start lap 13. So they head up to Castrol Edge. And in fact, he's pulled a bit. Timmy's done a flyer there. Managed to open that gap back up onto Hansa. Timmy now firmly in that slipstream and closes up as they head up to Remus. Our top 3 all Americans. Vet and 2 Vipers. And in fact, on that section of track, Hansa is actually obviously come out of Remus much better than Timmy, and he's closing in. They go in the corner before what I call the complex. And Hat still only 2.2 seconds away from the lead. Still all to play for. Then into the centre of the complex. Timmy seems to have got a bit of a drive going now, but Mail not going to be easy to get past that vet. Mail looking at fuel, nothing between them. Not much between the tyres yet, with 4 laps to go. The Red Bull Mobile, as you say. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Jennick. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Hopefully I'll be back Sunday to commentate on BTCC, CCC, and Hansa's into the pits. Through Castrol Edge. So Hat now back into 3rd place. Nick coming to cross the line. Possibly jumping up into 4th place. Gad there into 5th. Hansa's into the pit stops. Hansa's fueled up. Yeah, I will. I've had my break. I'm gonna have all this stuff going on. So it managed to miss the move. So, damn it. I missed Timmy making his move and mouse Timmy into the lead on lap 14 into the complex. Ben in 2nd place. His name's Ben Mail, so I call him Ben because that's what his name on Discord. So Ben in 2nd, Hat in 3rd, Nick in 4th, Gad in 5th, and it looks like Gad's putting a bit of a charge on. Just took a second off that gap between him and Nick. Matty Cake in 6th, with Hansa very close behind. Screechy there in 8th. Iceberg's up to 9th place now. Paulie in 10th. Mew in 11th. Craden cruising along in 12th. Just so you know, Craden's on the wheel for tonight. So in my personal opinion, he's not doing too bad at all. Oh, and Timmy picked up a little penalty. This allowed Mail back through. They head up to Remus on lap 15. Oh, Timmy just missed his braking point there. A little bit of contact. Still got a little bit of a buff between him and Hat. Make your day a happy day. Obviously that must be Raunch corner. And into the complex. Timmy in the slipstream. Hat looking like him menacing just behind them. Yeah, he's doing really well. Now Nick coming under massive pressure from Gad. Gad goes onto the inside into Raunch, and Matty Cake's looking to push through as well, and does. And there's Hansa, he's looking to fly past Nick as well. Poor Nick's been well and truly mugged in that corner. So Gad now in 5th, Matty Cake in 4th, and Hansa's looking to make the move on Gad, and he does. Wow, that was a full-on complex manoeuvre. So if we could just go through, Ben's still leading it out on the lap 16 or 17, heading up to Remus corner. Timmy looking for the outside. Mal just holding that inside line safely through, both get a bit of a wiggle on the cars. Ben firmly keeping that inside line. Timmy's up alongside, but Ben's got that inside line. Into the corner they go. Nice tight line by Ben. Managed to get in front of Timmy as they head into the complex, so we'll have that inside line. Cracking driving by the pair of them. Into the complex they go, and their fighting's allowing Hat to close up on them. And we just quickly drop down to Mew and Crane, and you can see Crane flying along, coming to cross the line. We drop back. Timmy having a look on the outside. Benny saying no, but Timmy, we all know how good Timmy is, but Ben's pretty good as well. And Hat could come along and steal the show. Ben's still holding up fastest lap. But Hat's in that slipstream as they head up to Castle Edge. Through there for the last time. You see Screechy's into 7th place, so Screechy's managed to get past it, and in fact Screechy's just jumped up into 6th place. I would have a look, but Timmy's trying to make his move on Ben as they head up to Remus. Ben's trying to fight to hold that inside line, and does. Again, brilliant driving by the pair of them. Oh, and Screech picked up a penalty. Matty Kate and Hansa side by side through Castle Edge, and Hansa's made it stick. But we'll go back up to the front through Raunch corner and into the complex. There's less than half a second separating these 3 racers. Hat looking to make the move on Timmy going a little bit wide. None of them with a lot of fuel, but Hat making the push towards the end. But Ben's in the prime position. Will he keep to the right? And he is. So he's making Timmy have to go on the outside into the penultimate corner. This is amazing racing. Ben making sure he holds that inside line, and Hat's making the move on Timmy. Hat's, but he holds it. Ben comes to take the line and the win. Timmy in 2nd, Hat in 3rd. Matty Cakes and Hansa still fighting it out as they come out of the complex. Hansa's got the 4th. Matty Cakes slid me back in. That was a brilliant race. We're just watching, and Hansa there managed to get past Matty Cake. Matty Cake ended up going a little bit wide there. It might be unfortunate. And they come to cross the line, and he did pick up a little bit of a penalty. So Hansa takes 4th, Matty Cake takes 5th, and Screechy coming to take a brilliant 6th place, and say Gad with the 7th. Nick there, can he? Nick's run out of fuel, and both of these, so Iceberg takes 8th, Nick takes 9th, Paulie across the line in 10th, and we have Mew and Craden. Fair play. Mew coming to take 11th place. That was amazing racing, that was. And the timer run out on our last 2. Some cracking racing there. I'm sorry, Budge, but there were no drinkies for you tonight. They're getting too good. Just save that replay. Quick look at the results. A male with the win. And fastest lap, Kebab in second, Hat in third, Hansa in fourth, Matty Cake in fifth, Screechy in sixth, Gad in seventh, Iceberg in eighth, Nick in ninth, Paulie in 10th, Mew in 11th, and Mr. C in 12th. And now we just change over to our Marmite. Have a quick 5-minute break. And tonight's Marmite car is 911 GT3 16 the 991. Should be interesting. Usual black and gold livery on, Gad in a full GRT, Screechy in a nice green, Paulie in a nice... Oh, he's in a crunch now. Mew's left the room. Hopefully this is not a repeat of last week where everyone slowly started dropping out as my internet dies. With our Marmite table, we have Ben leading it out, Kebab in second, and Screechy in third place. He went into shock when he saw that the other night. Hippie in fourth, Nick in fifth, Hat in sixth, Paulie in seventh, Gad in eighth, Mew in ninth. Ben just flying along. Hands are going with the traditional orange for the GT3. Just like the Lego one above my head. Screechy with a nice full green. Crater with a nice deep purple. Testing the drifting of it. He has said he's still trying to develop the knack for the drifting on the wheel. Still an art he's perfecting. It looked like you had a livery on you. With these 1 or 2 people leaving, I need to just take a quick pick of that result so I can set the grid. Shouldn't affect everyone's. Because as I was doing this last week, it all went completely pear-shaped. Let's have a look. Okie dokie, mate. So we'll have a slight delay. You got a nice black and gold livery on you. Nice black and gold. Oh. That looks quite interesting. Devilish clown on the throat, on the bonnet. Yeah, Mew, you're in the wrong car. It's 991, not the 996. Oh, that was close. So we've got Craydon. Now he's in the right car. Paulie. Nick. It happens, mate. Iceberg. Good. Scoochie. Just wait for Gad to be. And I'm at it again. I have a keyboard and don't use it. Well, freaked me out, my stream went black screen. So Nick's looking pretty good for tonight. Screechy's testing the swerviness of the car. There's 2 offs for your hat, Budge. Hansa with a wall penalty as well. Hatton is full on moo racing. Mew there in his Marmite livery. That's probably why he couldn't get his livery on. Iceberg there in the standard. Come on, Gad, come out as one. Pauline is crunchy. Ah, right. Oh, well, I do say that. Do say that quite often. Hence my voice getting a bit rough now. Oh, what's Paulie got to say? Okay. So we just wasn't. So Ben looking like he's on fire again for this one. Tabay! He's flying along as well. Picked up a nice penalty there though. Screechy going respectably. Hat there in 4th. That Hat in 5th. Because Iceberg's just put in a flying lap. So we're just waiting for Hansa to come back. Craydon. He will deny all knowledge of it, but I think he's been doing a few drifties by the state of those tyres. Mew. Matty Cake. Paulie there. Paulie's still writing. Oh. Oh. Mainly worried about Paulie. Looking okay now. I think we are ready to go. Check the grid one last time. Yeah, Hansa was there. Yep, glad I checked it. And we'll start the race. Marmite tradition, 8 laps, reverse grid, rolling start. Tyre wear time 6. Getting worried there, didn't think it was going to let me in. Who do we think is going to start in the corner? The Red Bull Mobile corner. Do we think he's still going to be all the way back to Screechy in 7th, Matty Cake in 8th? Hansa in 9th. So we're away. Craydon leading us off. Mew in 2nd. Paulie already closing up onto Mew. Through Castrol Edge. Mew a bit slow coming out of this, and Paulie's coming up alongside. Nick there in 4th place. Iceberg in 5th, Gad in 6th, Screechy in 7th. And as I head into the Mew's having a look at the side, and Paulie's already up into the lead. McCraden still in 2nd, Gad in 3rd. Nick still in 4th place, Iceberg in 5th, Hanser up into 6th place, Matty Cake in 7th, Timmy's in 8th, Timmy, Screech in 9th, Ben in 10th, Mew in 11th, Hat just cruising along in 12th place. Paulie is having an absolute charge. Oh, Paulie unfortunately managed to pick up a penalty, which is putting him straight into the clutches of the rest of the pack. So Craden retakes the lead. Nick and Gad side by side. Nick's through there safely, but Paulie's already on the charge back on Craden, and I think Craden's just going to go, there you go sir, yours to take as I head up to Remus. But in fact, he has got that little bit in front. It's been a nervous moment for Mr. C. Paulie fighter and Nick's come through as well. Craden just taking it safe. Gad in 4th, Iceberg in 5th, Benny's up into 6th place, Matty Cake in 7th. In fact, Hans is in 7th. They're heading to Ross. Hans are having to take the exit, so did Craden. So that's really changes. So Paulie's in the lead, Nick in 2nd. Both of these on the super soft tyres. Gad's there in 3rd, coming under pressure from Mail into the complex. Gad's just holding on to that inside line. Ben seems to be just going around the outside of him, and has done. And now he's got Iceberg right behind him, ready to make the move. Matty Kate there in 6th, Timmy in 7th, Screechy in 8th, Mew in 9th, Hanser there in 10th, Hat in 11th, Craden there in 12th, and Nick's made the move on Paulie. Can we see? Using that slipstream slingshot that we saw quite often in the Gr4 race. Oh, Nick horribly wrong going out at T1. Mal, Ben already up into 2nd place. Paulie there in 3rd, with Gad coming up alongside. Gad looking to get that inside line as they head up to Remus, and does. Does he get it stopped? He does. Paulie having a fight to that corner again. Timmy comes flying past Iceberg for 5th place. So Iceberg down into 6th. Matty Cake in 7th. Mew having brilliant race in 8th, with Hanser right behind him in 9th. Screechy's there in 10th. Hat in 11th. Craden in 12th. Still in touch with the pack. And now Ben's closing in on Nick through the complex. We've seen that Ben seems to be a demon in these Marmite cars. Gad. Timmy comes flying past Gad to take 3rd place. Timmy, oh, but Timmy managed to pick up a penalty, so Gad will come flying past. And he does. Gad now back into 3rd place. Timmy in 4th, Iceberg in 5th, Matty Cake in 6th, Paulie there in 7th, Hanser in 8th, Screechy in 9th, Hat in 10th, Craden there in 11th, and Mew in 12th. As they start lap 4. Nick wrangling that car around that corner, and you can see Ben's on the softs while Nick's on the super softs. Both of them with enough fuel to get all the way around the track, which is a good thing. They're into Remus. Both of them safely through. Timmy and Gad. Both get a wiggle on. Both hold it, but Timmy now. He's in third. But as Gad slips back into fourth place. Iceberg there in fifth. Closely followed by Matty Cake in sixth. Hands are looking to try and make the move and Paulie, but Paulie just protects that inside line and holds seventh. Gets a bit of drift. That'll allow Hansa to come flying round the outside of him. So Paulie's dropped back into eighth. Screech there in ninth. Hat in 10th. Mew now in 11th place. With Craden in 12th. And in fact Nick's holding his own with Ben. As they've came out the complex, he's still got that. He's got Ben outside of that slipstream effect. And they have, these pair have got a 2-second gap over Timmy in third. As they come to start lap 5 of 8. Ben seems to be just slipping into the slipstream. They head up to Castle Edge. Timmy there in third place, Iceberg in fourth. So Iceberg's managed to get past Gaddon. They both have a bit of contact. Matty Cake just sitting in there with them. So Matty Cake now up into fifth purse. Fifth place. Ben's managed to close up on Nick as they go through Remus. Heading down to Ross corner. But Nick seems to be doing pretty well in this car. Through Ross. One in a Patronus, one in a Lucky Strike livery. Heading into the complex. And as I've said before, Nick's a good driver. Very difficult to get round. But Ben's just following him. Managed to keep it on the black stuff there, so he'll be okay without a penalty. Not just close enough to get that slingshot effect. Heading down to the Red Bull Mobile. Firmly behind, Nick a little bit wide. So it's a bit slow, so Ben's coming up alongside him. Ben's got that inside line, just sets the fastest lap. So Ben's now into the lead. As they head up to Castle Edge. Hands are into the pit. Oh, Ben. Full on wiggle there. Will that allow Nick to come flying past? And Nick does come up alongside him and does take the lead. So Nick's back into the lead as they head up to Remus. Oh, Nick a bit slow through there. Ben's got the jump on him. But Nick just not letting him through. Not changing his line. Good driving. Heading now down to Ross. Nick leaves the door open and Ben says thank you very much. Slips straight through as they head towards the complex. And we'll just have a quick look at the trick. So we got Ben leading us out on lap 6. Nick in second. Timmy cruising along in third. Iceberg in fourth. With Matty Cake really applying the pressure on. Gad in 6th. Paulie in 7th. Screechy in 8th. Hat in 9th. The Mew up into 10th place. Craden in 11th. Hansa in 11th and Craden in 12th. But Nick and Mal heading down to the Red Bull Mobile. Nothing separating these two. In fact, both of them putting in pretty quick times. And we have Matty Cake into the pits on lap 7 of 8. So that's basically put paid to Matty's race with the way the pits are going these days. And Timmy starting to eat into that gap that these two at the front have made. And Nick's made the move back on Mail. don't know what's going on there, but that was saying poorly. So Nick's now in the lead. Very low on fuel. There's no way he's got enough fuel to get another lap. So I think Mal has realised this, so he's just sitting back. Tammy! He's going along nicely in third. Iceberg in fourth. Gad in fifth. Paulie in sixth. Screechy there in seventh place. Hat in eighth. Matty Cake after his pit stop in ninth. The Mew in 10th. Hansa in 11th. Creighton in 12th. And in fact, Nick's going for it. Don't know how he's going to manage it. I think he has. He's run out of fuel. So Ben's there taking the lead on the final lap. And yep, Nick's just flown off into the scenery. So that's Timmy up into third. Into second, Iceberg in third. Gad now going into fourth place. Paulie now into fifth. Screechy now into sixth. With Hat in seventh. Matty will drop into 8th place. Mew into 9th. Hansa into 10th. Crane into 12th. So, unfortunate for Nick, but he's having a cracking race with Ben. Ben even had time to type a message with Tammy in second. Iceberg in third. Gad in fourth. Oh, Nick, he was doing so well. So Gad there in fourth place. Paulie in fifth. Screechy in sixth. With Hat going along nicely in seventh. Matty in eighth. Mew in ninth. Hansa in 10th. Nick still going in 11th place. Creighton in 12th. So Ben comes to take the line and the win. Quickly burns a penalty off. So Ben with a win. Tammy in second. Iceberg in third. Gad across the line in fourth. Paulie in fifth. Screechy over the line in sixth. Hat in seventh. And Mew in a very respectable 8th place. Matty Cake's fighting the car, so Mew getting a nice drift on. Can he keep it to the line? Matty Cake takes 8, Mew takes 9th. Hansa across the line backwards in 10th. And here we have Creighton coming round. And now we can drift to his heart's content. With 2 corners to go. There he is, having a brilliant battle, the pair of you. Oh, and there's a nice drift to end the race by Mr. C. And we won't dwell on Nick, who'll finish in 12th place. You nearly got 8th, haven't you? So there we go. Male, hello, Ben. Full-on winner in every race tonight. Well done to you. And I believe fastest lap as well. Yep. So we just save that replay. Quick look at the results. Ben with a win, Tammy in second, Iceberg in third, Gad in fourth, Paulie in fifth, Screech in sixth, Hat in 7th, Matty in 8th, Mew in 9th, 1/100th of a second between him and Matty. Hanser in 10th, Crane in 11th, and Nick finishing in 12th. Right guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And as I've said to Jenick, I will see you Sunday night for, is it round 5 or 6 at BTCC? If not then, I'll see you next week for round 7. Thanks a lot guys, and I'll see you next time. And have a great weekend. Bye-bye.